Hey fellas, so welcome to another video. This time I'm just bringing you two very similar video cards. Here you got the RTX 3070. Very nice little graphics card. The only thing I have against this card is the frame buffer. At least a 12 gigabyte frame buffer would have made more sense with this card upon its release, because this doesn't future proof your purchase. You know, most modern games are now exceeding that 8 gigabyte frame buffer, so that's for that. But otherwise, it's a powerful card at 1080p and 1440p. Despite what Nvidia might tell you, this is not a 4K card. You can run 4K games, but you have to give up some eye candy for that. And here we have we're gonna put this thing right where it belongs. And really, here's the topic of the video that I wanted to bring up. This is a 2080 Ti. Okay. Now, the big difference between these two cards is that frame buffer. Here you get 11 gigabytes of GDDR6 versus 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. If you were to ask me today in 2024, which actually is more future-proof, I would say that it's still the 2080 Ti. This will carry you through 2024 and 2025, and perhaps even longer than that. This little card in 2023, with the release of what was it, Hogs War, whatever, that game, and many others that push that frame buffer above 8 gigabytes. You will see stutters, a lot of dips in frames per second. The textures will look missing and weird. And so if you were to see both of these cards for sale in the used market, which one should you go for? To make the answer short, go for the 2080 Ti. These two trade blows. In some games this card is faster, other games this card is faster, but at 4K this card will always beat this card because of that 11 gigabyte frame buffer. Now, I know there's some of you out there that are sporting the 3070 and will probably take this very personal, but I hate to say that. It's just a reality. Frame buffer is becoming more relevant as the years go by and new games are released. Look at this thing. It's got a little LCD there, display. We'll check that out once we plug the card in. This is a 8-pin power connection card. It is a triple slot graphics card, and it's got this cool carbon theme to it. This is the MSI Lightning model. Neither one of these cards is mine. They're actually borrowed from a customer that so they're not mine. It's got this piece here missing, but very nice little card otherwise. But as you can see, this thing is a beast when it comes to size. It is huge, man, and must I say, it is heavy. Here's my hand, and I like to say my hands are like, medium size, I guess, if that makes any sense. And this thing is just huge compared to the let's put the 3070 next to it. If we look from above, wow, yeah, this thing is just humongous, man. But that cooler though does help this card when it comes to cooling. But anyway, let's go ahead and slap these cards in the testing system and see how they perform and 6 or 7 games. Alright, so now we got the 1080 Ti in the system, and check this out. Check that out, guys. I've seen Gigabyte do the same thing. You know, theirs is on this side here. But yeah, look at all that bling.
I am transgender.
Man, that's a lot of RGB on this card. But as you can see, yeah, it's huge compared to my system here. So yeah, we're going to be testing with 7600 CPU, 32 gigabytes, DDR5 6200 CL32. And yeah, okay, so let's get into some gaming. Alright guys, so here we are at Cyberpunk. We'll be testing at ultra settings. We'll go ahead and disable this. We don't want that. Let's see, apply. Okay, it looks like all the settings are good. So yeah, it's still at ultra settings, but you know, we have disabled any type of scaling. 1440p, and we'll leave NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the game. Alright, let's pull up the information here. And okay, so we're averaging, starting off 60, well, going down now to 58 FPS. And these are the settings that we're going to be testing for this game with both cards. And as far as the frame time, as you can see, it's pretty smooth, no hard dips or anything like that. This game does love system RAM. It is, as it is obvious here. But because of the amount of VRAM that this game requires, the 3070, both of these cards should do just fine in this game. As you can see here, we're only pulling 6.1 gigabytes. Well, now going up because we're entering the city. But yeah, so the game is still playable, even though we are, you know, dragging our feet at 54 FPS. It is still playable. Let's make a left turn here. And it looks great. I think the game looks great. Overall, look at that. Yep. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop this benchmark here, because the driving part of this game is where you do get the most taxing out of the GPU. So this does give us a pretty good reference point. Wow. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Oh man, I better pay attention to where I'm going. Okay, so yeah, 54 FPS it is for Cyberpunk. Okay, so here we are at Doom Eternal, 1440p, and Ultra Nightmare quality settings as far as visual quality. So okay, let's get into the game and see how this goes. Okay, so let's get our information up. And right off the bat, as you can see, we are exceeding our 8 gigabyte frame buffer on the 3070. However, our 2080 Ti is handling this smoothly, no issues, no dips. Whoa, that was a big dip there. This is loading our information into frame buffer, so
behold the fruits of our labor.
that is expected. Let's see here. Let's go back. Yeah, there's nothing to see there.
Take a moment to look around you. Witness the beauty of the world we have created.
Oh man, I ran out of fuel. Oh. Holy moly, okay. You're not gonna get me. Nope. But yeah, 8 gigabytes. Man, this thing loves VRAM. Holy cow! And it's not even like a, you know, like a brand new game that just came out. This has been out for a couple of years at least. I don't remember exactly when this was released, but man, this thing is demanding. Now imagine at 4K. Yeah. Okay. Alright guys, so here we are, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let's go and look at the settings. Okay, what am I doing? Yep, okay, 1440p, blah blah blah. Ultra high settings. This is the max graphics settings for this game. Alright, bar information here, reset. And let's get rid of this right side panel. Okay. Let's go for a little horse ride around town.
Toby, trading a needle for an arrow, I see.
Eivor, can you teach
Hey
me the
guys.
art of archery?
I'll be happy
Where
to.
you're all going? Oh, you're gonna go train? Yeah, you guys are training. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, here we are at 6 gigabytes frame buffer. The 2080 Ti is handling this rather smoothly, no issues. And our frame time is pretty consistent, no dips, no nothing. Yeah, nothing going on there. All smooth. Now 1440p, I don't suspect that this, neither one of the cards here in this game will have any problems playing this game.
Who would like to hear a story?
This land will
Who
never
would enjoy a
prosper while
tale
clan
of the
battles
gods?
clan.
Come and
So
drink.
74
This is
FPS.
amuse the gods. Here.
Now let's go for a ride, let's see, along the foothill of the mountains there. Okay. Let's go, come on.
Here.
So, as you guys can see, pretty smooth on both cards. So far so good. No issues whatsoever. Looking at the textures here, details, everything looks good. Now because there's lack of textures and whatnot here in this area, of course our FPS is gonna skyrocket. You know, it's gonna give us good frame times and whatnot. But it's here in town where all the textures is at, and you know, yeah, this is where everything drops. So this is where we ideally want to be. The game does love system RAM, as you can tell. We're at almost 12.5 gigabytes. But yeah, everything's running pretty smooth. Alright guys, so now we're testing Far Cry 6. Let's look at the settings. 1440p, ultra quality, nothing else special. Okay, so let's go for a horse ride. Let's go this way.
Go! You can't be here!
Yeah, I can. So, the game is not really demanding on VRAM, as you can see on the 2080 Ti, but it does love system RAM. But everything looks pretty smooth. No dips in frame time or anything like that. The game looks pretty nice, if you ask me. All textures are there, nothing is missing. Yep. Now let's do this one. Okay, I have no idea where I'm at in the game, but it looks like this is a hostile area.
Easy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want to kill my horse. How about we go on the beach?
Easy.
Look at this. Alright. Okay, let's continue on our... Let's see, where is it at? Is this it? Is this a trail? I don't
Whoa,
know.
now.
Yep, it is. Okay. I think these are friendlies. Yep. Okay, I don't know where I'm at.
Come on.
But yeah, the game runs pretty smooth on both graphics cards. No issue here.
Easy now.
Okay, here we are at God of War. 1440p. No type of upscaling or anything like that. Triple buffering on. Graphics set to Ultra.
Here they come.
I'm ready. Look, Dragon!
Okay. What's up, homie? Get that out.
Think we can beat it? Or
What?
do we need better gear?
We failed. How did we do that? Oh, I got hit from behind. Okay.
We go
No
again.
problem.
Sir! Dragon!
Gotta watch my back here. Not again. Come on. Are you serious? Dude. This is a pretty hard level. If you've done God of War and you've
Once
done the
more.
trials here and you start with the first trial,
You're
you're not supposed to take any damage. If you take any damage, you fail. Pretty stupid. I hate this.
We lost
See?
again?
We lost
I
again.
don't know. Can we do this?
I don't want to do this. Let's get out of here. Come on, boy. Okay, so the frame buffer, like, it's not getting taxed here very hard. So again, both cards should do just fine in this game. Okay, we don't have access to this trial here, so we just go for a little run. Here, go up. Get some textures here in the view. Okay, come on. But yeah, so the 2080 Ti runs this game pretty smooth. 1440p ultra settings. Alright, so yeah, I have no access to the rest of the trials, but you guys get the point. Pretty smooth gameplay here on the 2080 Ti God of War, and I think we'll leave it here. Alright fellas, so we are here at Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's look at the settings. 1440p, no type of upscaling or any kind. Graphics set to ultimate quality. Alright, let's get into the game. Pull up our info, reset, here we go. So far so good, 71 FPS average, but we're just starting. But as you can see, if you look at the VRAM load, oh, we got a dip there, but that's, you know, textures and stuff loading into VRAM. But we are already reaching that 8 GB frame buffer. However, here on the 2080 Ti, of course, we got 11 GB of that juicy frame buffer, so we're not stressing about that. However, if you are on the 3070, beware of what's coming. I'll show you what I mean. Now, you won't be able to like visualize it perhaps, but just know that it could become a problem in future games. Like if this game right here can load up 8 GB, you know, let alone stuff that's coming up in the future. We are already close to that 8 GB frame buffer. We got a dip there. That's just stuff loading into VRAM. As you can see, now we're going up. That's another dip. And this game also likes system RAM, so beware of that. Now we are at that 8 GB frame buffer. We've exceeded that on the 2080 Ti. But the 2080 Ti is handling it just fine. Look at that. No problem. Smooth. All textures are there. Nothing is missing. And I don't suspect that you will have an issue with the 3070. Perhaps in this game, you know, this is the past me talking, so I don't know what the future me is going to look at when I run the 3070, and how the frame time is going to look. But as you can see here, we are over that 8 GB frame buffer now. But, you know, we're still pretty smooth, 75 FPS. Okay, but I think you guys by now get the point. 8 GB even in 2024 is just, yeah. I think 11 GB like the 1080 Ti or 2080 Ti is probably the minimum where you want to be at. Nope, I'm out of here. Those guys are not friendly. What? Who's that? Is this guy attacking somebody? Take that, punk. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna stick around. This guy's gonna kick my butt. He's probably coming after me. Yep, he is. Alright, so yeah. This game will easily push over 8 gigabytes. And I think you guys get the point. I'll leave it here for now. Alright fellas, so here we are, Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's look at the settings here that we got going on. 1440p and ultra settings, so everything's set to max. We are going to be using NVIDIA Reflex low latency for this one here on both cards. Didn't tinker with the advanced graphics, so that's left alone. And so far so good. Looks pretty good on the 2080 Ti. Averaging 64 FPS. And as you can tell, this game does also love system RAM, so yeah, that's something you have to consider if you want to play this game. 16 gigabytes, so probably you're going to be right at the edge. 32 gigabytes will give you more room to stretch your legs when it comes to this game here. It's not very taxing on the VRAM, as you can see. But at 1440p max settings, graphic settings that is, the game plays really well both graphics cards, as you can tell, obviously.
Yep, Crystal. Yes, boss. Good. Now come on. Let's ride.
Yep. And this is a bit boring here, just going through all this. I get it, but I'd rather bring this to you guys live so you can see for yourselves what it looks like on the CPU, memory, VRAM. I mean, I dig the bars, you know, the graphs and all that stuff, but in my opinion, there's nothing better than seeing the gameplay as it unfolds before your eyes, you know. But yeah, this game won't be an issue when it comes to VRAM on either one of the cards. It'll play just fine on at 1440p. Like I said, neither one of these cards here is a 4K graphics card, so you can forget that. And I know NVIDIA advertises a 2080 Ti as a 4K card. It is not.
That's a lot of damn money to leave sitting for too long.
I mean, good luck playing this game at 4K at the same graphic settings.
We go back. What I say, we go back, and that's the end of it. Money saves.
Yeah, but everything's smooth.
You'll just have to trust
Averaging
me.
68 FPS.
Driscoll's are right. There'll be a stack of railroad bonds on this train. Good money. Once we work out how to cash them. Now everyone, shut up and get your mind on the job at hand. Come on. There's the water tower.
Okay, we'll bring the benchmark here to a close. So we call it 66 FPS for the 2080 Ti, that is, on Red Dead Redemption 2.
See how he's getting on?